Hi 3B. Well, this week I've got some writing prompts for you to do with the Olympics. So you'll have 3 days of writing prompts based on the Olympics. And then the last day on Thursday this week, I'd like you to take a look and revise and edit your writing just like we do in class. So let's take a look at those prompts. Let's take a look at the writing prompts for this week. We've got Monday to Thursday, and of course, Friday's a PD day. So let's start by taking a look at Monday's writing prompt. So in this writing prompt, I've got a link if you feel like checking it out to see the design for this Tokyo Olympics for Canada. And there's a news piece on it because some people have really loved the uniform, some people have really despised it. So it does seem like it's a subjective thing, whether you like a uniform or not. So in this activity, you get to design your own and choose something that you would really love if you were designing a uniform. Now, it doesn't have to be for Canada. It could be for another country. It could be for Peru, any country in the world, or you could even make up your own country. So if you feel like making up a country like Barkerland, whatever country you want to make up, you could do that too. If you go to our website, you can download a template that you could use if your parents feel like letting you use that. You could also just use some of the ideas from this template, or you could create your own structure for this activity. I'll show you the example that I did. So I chose to make mine for the country of Canada. I told some materials that my uniform is made out of, and then I decided on a price. I tried to make it realistic for fun, and then I've written a little paragraph here about why people should buy the uniform. If I'm trying to make an ad, I want to give them some compelling reasons that people should buy this uniform. So I've tried to convince them there. Let's take a look at Tuesday's activity. So on Tuesday, I want you to choose a sport or even invent a sport and tell the rules to that sport. So again, it can be any sport. We're just going to practice giving some rules and some guidelines. You could give them in order, or it could just be some important points about how to play that sport. So again, you could invent it. It could be any sport, or it could be one you know really well. For mine, I decided to explain the rules to Quidditch. So here I've got a bit of an explanation of Quidditch, and then I have 6 key rules, 6 key guidelines to playing Quidditch. So just like I've got here, I'd like you to lay out the important rules or guidelines to playing a sport of your choice. Then on Wednesday, I'd like you to write a letter either to Mrs. Madge or to me. And I want you to pretend that our class is hoping to go to the Beijing Olympics in February. Now that would be quite pricey, and we're just pretending that the school might have the budget to go to those Olympics. In real life, we probably wouldn't. But in this letter, I'd like you to convince me or Mrs. Madge why we should spend the money on sending our class on an airplane, paying for hotels, paying for tickets to the Olympics, why that would be something that would be wonderful for the students in our class. So I have an example here with some explanation of the key reasons I think we should be allowed to go to the Olympics and why that's a good use of money. So you can come up with those reasons. Remember, when we're writing an opinion piece, when we're writing something to convince an audience, we want to have strong reasons. We want to be brave and bold with our opinions. And then also you want to think about your audience. So if my audience is Mrs. Madge, I want to think about why might Mrs. Madge not agree with me, and then give some counter reasons. So I've thought of some reasons Mrs. Madge might think this is a bad idea, and I've told her why truly it is a good idea. She should ignore those reasons that were in her mind. And then on Thursday, what I'd like you to do is revise and edit your writing. So go back to the pieces that you wrote this week. I want you to revise, so make sure your thoughts are clear. You use descriptive details. You have a strong beginning and ending. And then in editing, I want you to check for those conventions. So think about punctuation, capitalization, making sure your ideas sound right and make sense. So that's this week for writing. So you guys can take a look at our website for those different writing prompts. And I hope you have fun writing about the Olympics this week. So I hope you get to use your imagination a bit this week. We can pretend we're traveling or creating your Olympic team. And I can't wait to see what you write about. Bye, grade 3s.